Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos, and today we're going to be checking out 6 Samurai in the current meta. Now 6 Samurai is always going to be a good deck, but it's going to be up to matchups. You know, whatever is the most dominant in the meta might not be the best matchup, so you'll always be able to get some quality wins with with 6 Samurai. It just depends on what your constant matchups are going to be like. You know, say you're in a super heavy Samurai meta, you're probably going to struggle using 6 Samurai because that deck has no spells, no traps, so your Shien effect is just a 2500 beater. But I wanted to try it out because I saw someone playing it with Super Team Body Force Unite, and I thought that is actually a really good card in 6 Samurai because not only are you able to get your tuners back, you're able to get key monsters that you can only run one copy of, such as Inishi. You can get back your Shien very easily if he gets destroyed, and it's just a super cool card all around. You're able to recycle things like Kizaru. Kizaru is gonna search anytime he summon, any 6 Samurai monster that doesn't share an attribute with your board. And yeah, the deck performed really well. I tripled up on the Super Team Body Force just so I could see it as often as possible and go for the combos. But during testing, I feel like maybe adding a second Karma Cut and or Regeki Break would be pretty crucial, because if your opponent relies on a lot of monster effects, you really want to stop whatever they're trying to get to. Back in the day, Shien was just devastating for a lot of decks, but now that you have a lot of decks that can just rely on monster effects, Shien, while still good, it's not, it's somewhat easy to play around. So that's why you need other cards that will disrupt the opponent's play when it comes to monsters. Right now we have Regeki Break, we have Karma Cut, and we also have Legendary 6 Samurai Inishi. Other than that, I think the deck's still super standard. We have double 6 style Duel Wheel. Duel Wheel, one of the most annoying cards out there. If there's 2 cards on your opponent's side of the field, you can bounce them back as long as you control only one 6 Samurai monster and he's in attack position. So somewhat easy to play around, but again, if you're limiting your opponent to only one card, it's gonna be hard for them to go for an OTK or anything super aggressive. So still a really oppressive card, and that pretty much rounds up the disruption effect. Everything else is just so we can consistently go into turn 1 Shien. We have double United, 1 Shien Stojo, triple Fuma, that's our only tuner, and then we have triple Kisan with double Legendary Secret of the 6 Samurai. Yeah, deck's super standard, but we're running it with Baggy Sleeves because I was thinking about it, and a lot of decks, they can play around the Baggy Sleeves by removing the monster through destruction effect as opposed to battle effect. Well, Shien is kind of protected from that if your Fuma is in the graveyard, so they're going to be forced to destroy your Shien by battle. That's kind of the main way to get rid of them, and then you're going to be able to draw 2 with the Baggy Sleeves, hopefully get a Super Team Body Force, or set up another Shien. And yeah, that's the basic strategy of this deck. We have double Shien, 1 Armades, 1 Brionac, 1 Secret 6 Samurai Rihan, and then 1 Mistworm that I never really go into, but it's so satisfying when you happen to go to it. It's really not that difficult. All you need is Fuma and 2 level 4s. Because Kisan is so easy to special summon, it's really not hard to have that board. But yeah, let's go ahead and show y'all some games. Now keep in mind that 6 Samurai is still going to be a control deck, so you're not going to be able to be as aggressive once your opponent has their board set up already. You're really trying to keep them from getting to that board in the first place, and then just poke them slowly. But here we're going up against double back row. We already have Shien turn 1, so let's go ahead and do that real quick. Curse of the Circle. That's why I saved this replay. This man is running Curse of the Circle. Target one monster your opponent controls. Your opponent cannot tribute it or use it as synchro material monster. That is actually kind of insane. It lasts forever until that monster leaves the field. So cool tech that my man was running in a 30 card deck. So we force him to use his Kuriboh, hit him for 200. We're gonna summon a second Fuma that we top deck, and now we can actually go into Shien. Hit him for another 200. Hit him for 25. Super Team Body Force, special summon Kisan, and that is lethal. So Super Team Body Force allows us to be aggressive, as well as having recovery place. But yeah, my man was running that circle card. When I saw it, I was like, wait, is that card even in the game? So I thought it was Spellbinding Circle. I think that's the name of it. The one that prevents you from attacking. I was like, I'm not even attacking yet. Alright, next up we have Jesse Anderson. Running Grit. So I didn't know what to expect with Grit, but you know, Shien is sort of our win con, so you still want to go to a turn 1. In this scenario, we're also able to put a Fuma next to him, which is always nice. It is unfortunate that Inishi is already in my hand, because normally that's what you want to do. If they destroy this Fuma, you want to bring out Inishi. Keeper of Dragonic Magic, so we're going up against Lunalight's Neos Fusion, which is not a great matchup. I'm going to go ahead and negate the Neos Fusion, fully expecting a Lunalight Fusion to follow that up, which he does. The good thing about this is that at least his Cat Dancer can't attack the same monster twice. So even though we're going to lose Shien, that's okay, because we're able to top deck 2 cards thanks to Baggy Sleeves. The second problem we have is that he's got double negation, so we're going to have to force them out. We're going to force one out with Inishi, negates, we gain some life, which is nice. I make a mistake here by not setting the Karma Cut. I completely forgot that if I summon Kizaru, I can get a card to my hand. So in my mind, I'm like, well, Karma Cut is dead. I might as well not even set it. But I would have been able to. I would have been able to use it. So I'm gonna destroy the Fuma and summon Kizaru. Kizaru is gonna add another Fuma. The reason why I destroyed the Fuma was so that I could have 2 monsters in the graveyard for another Inishi effect. Now he makes a crucial mistake here by summoning the Crimson Fox off of Lunalight White Rabbit. That's a mistake because he didn't need to do that. If he wanted to bounce this, he already had a Lunalight monster. This is just greedy. So he summons the Crimson Fox. That removes his negation from the graveyard, so now we can bounce back the Cat Dancer. And if he doesn't have a follow-up Lunalight Fusion, we pretty much win. And that's what happens. We take those. Next up we have Zane. And this Zane player did not play the matchup very well. I don't know if it's just unfamiliarity. You know, you don't see 6 Samurai as much as when they were, you know, they were allegedly tier 0 back when they first came out. So maybe it was just the unfamiliarity on my opponent's side, but we're gonna set up a Shien board alongside Fuma. Cybernetic Fusion support, we're gonna go ahead and let that through. He goes for the skill, activates Polymerization. We're gonna go ahead and negate. I know he probably has another fusion follow-up, but I might as well negate the first one and not just hope that he activates the second one, you know. So there goes Cyberload Fusion. It's going to banish 2 for a Rampage Dragon. So I'm fully expecting a yeah, my Super Team Body Force floats, which is really good. I'm fully expecting a Concentrating Current here since he chose to go for the Rampage. We're gonna destroy the Fuma instead of my Shien being destroyed. That special summons Inishi. Inishi bounce back the Rampage Dragon, and now we can easily negate his face down. But let's say he had 2 face downs. Now we have double Shien, and we have Super Team Body Force to bring back the Inishi. So we have 2 spell trap negations plus a bounce, thanks to Super Team Body Force. Pretty amazing if you ask me. But yeah, tries to activate Overflow, easy negate, and we get the W. was kind of refreshing to use 6 Samurai. When they first came out, I definitely had my fill. I was able to reach King of Games with the deck the first season, I guess, that they were out. And then it just became everything. All you would see would be 6 Samurais. The 6 Samurai mirror match was really annoying if you were going second and they already had the dual wheel set up. So eventually I got away from the deck a little bit, and I revisit it every now and then because it is a deck that I hold dearly. I've mentioned this a couple of times, but I stopped playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Before synchros were a thing, and when I came back, pendulums were already in the game, and the first competitive deck I used was 6 Samurais. I was very excited to have them in Duel Links, and I still enjoy playing them. But yeah, we denied his Sage by destroying the White Stone of Ancients. We knew a Blue Eyes was coming. We have the dual wheel, and on top of that we have a Super Team Buddy Force. So now we easily search a tuner, go Armades, and the Bacon Saber in the graveyard does not matter. My opponent realizes that's what I got, and we get the scoop. But yeah, that was the again, how you play 6 Samurai. It's just you control the board, you stop everything they're trying to do, and I feel like Raigeki Break and Karma Cut definitely have a place in the deck, especially because you know you can keep getting your monsters back with the Super Team Buddy Force. Great ways to disrupt the opponent. You have a really good hand. The only thing that's missing is a card for my Raigeki Break, but we still have Shien Dual Wheel. Pretty strong combo. Sets a card. I don't want to attack it. We're just going to chill. Ends turn. Alright. Raigeki Break. Going to destroy the monster. Super Team Buddy Force. Bring back the Kizaru. Kizaru Search Inishi. And once again we have negation and a bounce. 3 monsters on the board. Sure, my opponent didn't do anything. He was just sitting on his Alistair, but it still holds. Had he set another card or really tried to do anything, we could have negated the invocation. We could have bounced back the monsters. Really, what else are you gonna do? And that's it for this video. Pretty short. I mean, I didn't feel like I need to go into detail when it comes to 6 Samurai. The deck has been around for a long time. And I think Super Team Buddy Force is definitely a good replacement for this other card that you would see being used. This one. Target 1 6 Samurai monster in your graveyard, special summon that target, destroyed during the end phase. So they basically do the same thing. This one has the monster gets destroyed at the end, which in the case of Fuma that might be nice, but if you're trying to, you know, come back late in the game, you really can't have your monster being destroyed, especially if you don't have Fumas in the grave to banish in order to protect. So I think Super Team Buddy Force does this card's job way better, and you have the added benefit of if it gets destroyed, it floats, it just comes right back from the deck. And yeah, love it. Play it if you want, if you're feeling some 6 Samurai nostalgia, and definitely have some fun with it. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you want. And until next time.